Welcome back to AM Northwest. You know, a recent survey found 54% of Americans who drink were interested in participating in Dry January. Here to share the benefits of going alcohol-free, we welcome the founder of the sober lifestyle community, My Sober Girlfriends, life coach Naomi Veak. Good to have you with us. Okay, let's talk about what you mean by sober curious, first of all. What does that mean?
Sure, yeah. So, you know, for years, I think all of us have had this kind of fixed idea of what it means to be an adult interacting with alcohol. And there's
Right.
there's three basic camps, I think, that we've all thought of. One is, okay, well, alcohol is an adult beverage, so just drink normally, you know, like whatever normal means.
Okay.
And then the second camp is, those are the people who things have gone really off the rails, they've hit rock bottom, and they're basically forced to go into some kind of treatment program, and those are the ones who are sober.
Yeah.
And then there's the third camp, and those are the people who never really liked alcohol or substances to begin with, and so they just don't do it. And you know, I always thought those were the boring people.
Okay, gotcha.
So you have these three camps, and then you have, you know, somebody like me who I'm on my way to work, it's a Tuesday, and I'm having a conversation with myself saying like, hey Naomi, how about if we don't drink wine tonight?
Yeah.
And then it's, you know, I'm at home, I'm making dinner, I drink 2 glasses of wine, and it's like, what is going on here?
Right.
And for me personally, it was also happening with weed. I was a recreational pot smoker, so the same thing's happening with that on the weekends.
Right.
So I'm trying to be normal, you know, but I don't really like the way the relationship is going. It's not that my life is falling apart, but
Right.
there's little problems here and there that are kind of starting to add up. But at the same time, I don't feel like I'm an alcoholic or an addict.
Right.
And so, you know, at that time several years ago, I was just like, well, there is no other choice for me. I guess I'll just keep doing what I'm doing because I'm trying to be normal.
Yeah. But you decided to take a break.
I did, and it was because this friend of mine had brought up this idea that I don't know where she got this, but this idea of what if someone just did an experiment with sobriety, like just for a year, tried out a sober lifestyle, and at the end was like, okay, is my life better, worse, or the same?
Sure.
And as soon as she brought up that question, that was a huge light bulb moment for me, because that sparked some curiosity within me.
Yeah.
It was like a question, you know, of like, oh yeah, what if I just treated this as an actual experiment to see if it's possible that my life could be, you know, more meaningful, more joyful, more connection.
So did you go for a year without drinking alcohol then?
That was my initial plan, was that I was going to go for 1 full year, but I tell you, after the first couple of months, I just knew, and I made my decision.
What made you make that decision, and how did you just know?
Well, it was a combination of things. I was really trying to create this experience for myself that was one where I was treating it as a reward, not a punishment. So I wasn't
that's smart.
Yeah,
Right.
so I wasn't focusing on the fact that I was removing something from my life, but I had what I called for myself a state of optimistic anticipation, which is like, what is possible?
Yeah.
And that's what I kept asking myself, like, what's possible? So, you know, I was journaling every morning. I was noticing what was happening with my emotions and my thoughts and things that were going on, you know, physically and around me. I did a values exercise, and it was actually the values exercise when I had that kind of full body knowing moment that if I wanted to live a life that was true to my values,
Right.
then I didn't want to drink.
Did you
or
feel
smoke
better
pot.
physically? Did you feel better mentally? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, you did.
Yes, like so many different ways. Yeah, you know, I would say one of the things that is surprising to people, and it was surprising to me, that's the benefits of removing alcohol and substances, is sleep. Now,
Yeah.
people think, like, what are you talking about?
Right.
Alcohol helps me sleep, right?
Right.
Well, Dr. Matthew Walker, he's a premier sleep scientist in the United States, and he says alcohol is the enemy of sleep. And the reason why he says that, it's not because you're falling asleep, but alcohol is a sedative. So you're basically like kind of passing out.
Right.
And it's about the quality of sleep that you
Right.
get.
Right.
And so, you know, so many things happen while we're sleeping. It's healing your cells, you're integrating your emotional experiences from the day, you know, all of that. And if you're actually getting good quality sleep, then everything is going to be easier.
How would you approach, what should our viewers think about? How do you approach this? Like, what are your tips for viewers if they want to try this?
Yeah.
Is it one day at a time?
Well, I would say to start with your why. Like, why are you thinking about this? Why does this matter to you? Because for me, it was that I was curious if it was holding me back from fulfilling my true potential in life.
Oh, wow, okay.
Like, that was my why.
Yeah.
So start with your why. And then the next thing I would say is, like I said, treat it like a reward. You know, this is a time of year when we want to get all cozy. So, like, you know, buy some scented candles and make a really great playlist and think about what delicious beverage you're going to drink at night, you know, some nice delicious tea or something, and you know, like, just really create a nurturing experience for yourself.
What about your friends? What about people, you know, how do you such people handle when their friends are drinking?
Right, yeah, when your friends are drinking, well, that is one of the reasons why I say to start with your why, is like anchoring into that why.
Okay.
Now, Dry January, that's one reason why Dry January is so great. It's this kind of shared understanding that people have.
Yeah.
You know, like, okay, I understand what they're doing. A lot of information is coming out about the harmful effects of alcohol, and so it's out there, like, people are hearing it. And if you just have kind of an answer that you're giving to people, if they're asking you, you don't actually owe them a full, extensive explanation.
Yeah.
You know, it's just
taking
like,
a break.
No, I'm good. Yeah, taking a break. I'm good. I've got a drink. You know, your non-alcoholic beverage, because there's tons of them out now.
Right, absolutely. And you're sober how long now?
Over 6.5 years.
That's great. Wow.
Yeah.
Again, the group is called My Sober Girlfriends. I'm going to put information on our website at k2.com for people to find out more. And thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me here to share.
You bet. All right, we'll be right back with more AM Northwest. Don't go away.